They called her the luckiest woman in town. A stunning young wife, a millionaire husband, a mansion that gleamed under the California sun. But behind the designer dresses and candlelit dinners, something darker hid. Something no one saw coming. Because one morning, she was gone. And her husband was the one who reported her missing. But the deeper investigators looked, the clearer it became. She never left that house alive. Her name was Isabella Moore. 32 years old, vibrant, ambitious, and newly married to Richard Moore, a tech entrepreneur twice her age. Their whirlwind romance had captivated everyone, from social media followers to magazine headlines. They were the picture of luxury and love. But to those who knew Isabella, there were cracks in the perfect image. Friends said she'd changed after the wedding, quiet or distant, almost afraid. She stopped calling, stopped meeting people, and rarely posted online anymore. Then, on June 4th, 2021, Richard called the police. He said Isabella had gone missing. According to him, she left home early that morning for a yoga retreat and never came back. Her phone was turned off. Her car was gone, and her clothes were missing from the closet. It sounded like a runaway case. At least, that's what Richard wanted everyone to believe. Police began their search, checking hotels, retreats, and airports. But there were no flight bookings, no retreat registrations, no credit card activity. It was as if Isabella had simply vanished. And then came the first red flag. Surveillance footage showed Isabella's car, a silver Mercedes, leaving the Moore estate around 6 a.m. But when detectives zoomed in, the driver wasn't her. It was Richard. When asked, he said he was just moving her car because it blocked the driveway. Detectives noted the explanation and kept digging. A week passed, then two. Still no trace of Isabella. But behind the scenes, investigators had begun searching the Moore mansion. It was a sprawling property. 8 bedrooms, private cinema, an indoor pool, and a basement wine cellar. Richard cooperated at first, showing them around until they asked to search the basement. Suddenly, his mood changed. He said it was under renovation and not safe to enter. That's when police obtained a warrant. When the team entered the basement, what they found froze them. Fresh concrete covered one section of the floor. Smooth, but uneven compared to the rest. Nearby, cleaning supplies and industrial-strength chemical drums sat open. Forensics was called in. When the concrete was tested, traces of human DNA were detected. Later confirmed to match Isabella Moore. But that wasn't all. Hidden behind a storage rack, detectives discovered Isabella's wedding ring, coated in dust. And next to it, her phone. The last recorded video on it was taken the night before she vanished. In the video, Isabella looked terrified. She whispered to the camera, saying she was scared of Richard, that she discovered something she wasn't supposed to see. The clip ended abruptly with a knock on the door. That was the last anyone ever saw of her alive. When confronted with the evidence, Richard broke down his calm facade. He claimed Isabella fell during an argument, that it was an accident. But investigators found inconsistencies everywhere. The basement concrete was poured 3 days before he reported her missing. The chemical drum contained industrial-grade solvent, often used to destroy biological evidence. And phone records showed he contacted a private cleaning crew the morning after Isabella was last seen. The truth was clear. Richard Moore hadn't lost his wife. He'd buried her. In a chilling twist, neighbors later told police that Richard hosted a dinner party the weekend after her disappearance, serving champagne and smiling as if nothing had happened. He even told guests Isabella had gone on a spiritual retreat and needed time alone. But when the DNA results came back, his story collapsed. He was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, obstruction of justice, and tampering with evidence. During the trial, prosecutors painted a disturbing picture of a controlling husband obsessed with image and wealth, terrified that Isabella was planning to leave him and take part of his fortune. In his mind, if he couldn't have her, no one could. After a 6-week trial, Richard Moore was found guilty. He is now serving a life sentence without parole. As for Isabella, her body was never fully recovered. Only fragments, sealed beneath the concrete, that was supposed to hide her forever. Today, the Moore mansion stands empty. Locals say strange things happen there. Lights flickering, music playing late at night, whispers echoing from the basement. Perhaps it's just the wind. Or perhaps Isabella's spirit still lingers, a silent witness to the truth her husband tried to erase. If you found this story chilling, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories just like this one. Tales of secrets, lies, and the dark side of human nature. Because sometimes the most Beautiful homes hide the ugliest truths.